I didn't write anything for like a year or so, if I'm doing my math right, and that piece is number 5. It's called Forgiveness. I didn't have a title until very recently. I had started writing it and then it was on pause, but I loved it and he loved it, and we recorded what I had so far. Like, let's say I had like 2/3 of it. I just didn't have an ending. And that was the last piece that night, and then he passed away that night. So I didn't touch that piece for a very long time. Again, didn't write for a while, and finally wrote the ending, which is really intense. And I realized that was part of my grieving process, like letting all of the anger out. And one of my best friends, Caitlin, helped me name it because I was explaining what it was about. And she's like, we came up with Forgiveness. I wrote it down twice, or mentioned it twice, I guess. And I lost my train of thought. I just like, it goes like this, and it was just like my journey of grief. And so one of the stages of grief is forgiveness, and it just felt really right. And when we said it, I just like started bawling. I was like, oh my God, that's it. That's the title. After the forgiveness piece, everything that comes after that is like post Matt passing away, dating after Matt, and then processing the fact that he's gone. So there was this one piece that I wrote very early on, around the time I wrote Bloom, so 2017, and it was unfinished. So I had just had the beginning, and I had been stuck for a very long time. And I went to Paris, or I went to France to go visit my family in 2023, and it was on my grandmother's piano. That should be another whole video because I love that piano. I always get music out of that one. And I just finished writing that piece. It just came out, and so I called it Waltzing in Paris because it just has that feel, and I was influenced by being in France, I think. And then I wrote a whole other piece called Missing You, which was about someone I was dating at the time, and he was still back in the US, and I was in France, and I was just missing him, and it just all came out. It's this just very pretty piece, and I feel actually really uncomfortable talking about this right now. That's funny. We'll dig deeper on that another time. But the reason I have to mention it is because the following piece, That Guy Broke My Heart, and I wrote a whole other piece called The Well, and I was, again, in a deep depression, and that piece helped me get out of it. So I needed to mention this to make the album make sense. But what I love about the piece Missing You is that it can be interpreted in so many ways. It could be because I want to play and I feel like I'm missing Matt at the time, or I was missing that boyfriend at the time. Currently, and this is the meaning that I love the most, and when I play it, and that's what I feel, is that I'm dating someone who is the one after the one. I know you're watching. And when I play it, I'm like, all this time I didn't realize that I was missing you. Like, he's been my missing piece. And anyway, more on that on another video. But okay, so Missing You, The Well, we're almost there. So then by then I have like 8 pieces. I'm still needing 4